Tonight from Bruce Stadium, we launch the NRL's 99 campaign as the Canberra Raiders host the Brisbane Broncos. Here on Wide World of Sports.
Hello everybody and welcome to Bruce Stadium. This is Ray Warren on the opening night of National Rugby League for 1999. Looking back into the main grandstand of Bruce Stadium. It's a beautiful night in the national capital, and a capacity crowd of 40,000 will be accommodated here later on. Tonight, 22,500. The redevelopment almost completed as Brisbane come out. The defending premiers looking for their 5th grand final victory if they're successful in 1999 in the 90s. There's their team: Lockyer, Hancock, Renouf, De Vere, Saylor, Walters, Langer, Carroll, Thorne, Tallis, G, Lee, Webke, interchange Campion, Sivanasiva, Plath and Walker. The coach is Wayne Bennett, and they've got a magnificent first-up record in premierships. Paul Vorton is with us now.
Have they what, Rabbits? Since their inception in 1988, they're unbeaten in the first round of each season.
And Laurie Daly takes the Raiders out. He told us last night he would play, and he's lived up to that, and there he is stepping off left and right foot. There's the team: Nagus, Jensen, Pearson, Croker, Vainicolo, Daly, McClendon, Kennedy, Furner, Wiki, Corvo, Wolford, Brand. On the bench, Maybon, Wesley, Patton and Kennedy, coached by Mel Meninga, and Peter Sterling. Some familiar faces missing.
No Ricky Stewart or Brad Clyde for the first time in 11 seasons, Ray. Plenty of pressure once again on young Mark McClendon, last year's Rookie of the Year, only 19 years of age. But what a talent he looks like being for the Raiders for many years to come.
And as I said, a beautiful night for rugby league, and that is something that Andrew Voss is enjoying on the sidelines in Canberra tonight.
Well, I certainly am, Ray. You probably couldn't ask for any better than this to kick off the season. 24 degrees in Canberra tonight. Slight breeze at the back of the Canberra team for the first half. And I know this isn't quite the Olympic Stadium, but it really is a very impressive rugby league arena.
A guest kick-off here tonight. Guest celebrity, Costa Zoo, the WBC super lightweight champion of the world. Magnificent athlete. He has to defend that title against Gonzalez. I think it's in April. He was to fight on the undercard to Tyson. Tim Mander is the referee. On a massive weekend of rugby league. We come to you tonight from the national capital, and Canberra to run from right to left. No Stewart, no Clyde, no Hetherington, no Prudis, plenty missing. Brisbane with their new strip, and it's Lockyer bringing it back to be tackled just outside the 10-metre line. The Broncos then, with 10 internationals in their lineup tonight. There's one of them, Brad Thorne, 15 away from his own line. Their job is to bring it away on the first set of 6, and Webke has hit hard. Put down there by Kennedy, wearing the number 13 tonight. Brand, they go in hard again. Canberra in defence. Brisbane running into a brick wall, 22 metres out from their own line. Now Tallis, as they come towards the end of their tackle count. That's 5, and they're just outside the 30-metre line. To the left for the clear, and Lockyer onto the left foot. High kick, perfect kick, but then beautifully fielded over there by Vainicolo. And the young man they've tagged the Volcano is brought down and tackled back on his own 30-metre line. Daly a dummy half. He'll be taking them round the park. McClendon is more of an individual type player, unlike Stewart, so Daly will get that responsibility. And now from Wolford, who would feel more comfortable, I suppose, in the number 9 these days with no Prudis around. Furner to the right now, and McClendon, a little handoff. Strong tackle. Although it was on the end of it, and that kick is going out on the full, so it'll come back for Brisbane to apply some pressure.
Rare mistake there from Laurie Daly. Not under a great deal of pressure, just hit the outside of the boot and out on the full. So it wasn't by a great distance, but far enough. So a restart for the Brisbane side, only 40 metres out. It will be through the scrum being on the last tackle.
Wait, don't come down, wait for the formation.
40 metres away from the Canberra line. Just reminding you that in the play the ball has reverted to the old rule where it must clear the ruck. Last season they trialled, if you like, but when the ball touched the ground, the 10-metre defence could come forward. Thorne held by the Canberra defence. it was a real David and Goliath duel, and now they try to put the number 4, which is Carroll, through the gap. He's playing in the second row. De Vere in the centre.
Good evening, updating Win News. On the day that Kate Carnell attended the Drug Summit in Melbourne, it's been revealed that nearly 30 people have overdosed in Canberra this week, and a woman from Reed died. A Newcastle man is in a critical condition in Canberra Hospital after a smash on the Braidwood Road. In a separate smash, a truck driver miraculously escaped this inferno near Goulburn. Peter Costello and Tony Abbott have received a $250,000 defamation payout over claims about their lives made in a book by Bob Ellis. Fire crews are continuing to monitor a blaze which broke out late this afternoon in the Stromlo area. Canberra businessman Richard Drummond has been sentenced to periodic detention for his part in a $4 million fraud. And in sport, Peter O'Malley continues to lead the PGA decider at Royal Canberra, and a big roll-up at Yass for the annual picnic races. Fine tomorrow, maximum 30 degrees. And in tomorrow's Canberra Times, how the government will cut hospital costs. More news in Nightline.
Welcome back to another scorcher here at the 1999 Willandra Snail Race. Garden Nuisance eats up ground on race favourite Cabbage Baron, who now leads by half a shell as we approach the 2-hour mark. Although the smart money's on the Tooheys new Polar Pack. It looks like a carton of beer, but has an inner insulating layer to keep beer icy cold for hours. Perfect for long, hot days when you need your beer to stay colder longer. Oh, but hang on, it looks like Lettuce Elopa's making a move on Sliding Sally. We could be here for a while, folks.
She's shorter off TV. But she can eat anything she wants.
Something light. Chicken, breast only, grilled, carrot, tomato, lettuce, and herb dressing.
McDonald's grilled chicken burger.
Finished?
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Excuse me, is this seat taken?
Deliciously light from first to last bite.
Only Hardware House has the best brands at the very best prices. Like this ring grip exhaust fan. Unbelievable value at a sensational $19.84 each. From Australia's #1 home improvement centre. It's all here at Hardware House.
The eyes have it at Vision City. All this and also quite inexpensive. Eye-catching eyewear from Vision City. Solomoda presents European Labels Direct 10-day super sale on now. Up to 75% off the absolute best Italian and European designer labels. Business suits from $299. Buy European Labels Direct only at CIT Woden Campus. Hurry, sale ends Sunday.
The big Akai promotion. Akai portable stereo, $189, save $40. Akai DVD player with bonus movie, $9.99. Akai 68cm stereo TV with teletext, $11.99, save $100. Now on at Allen's Retrovision.
The rubber burns all weekend. The 1999 Qantas Australian Formula One Grand Prix. Catch all the action live on Win Television. Saturday, see the big guns of golf as they tee off in the Catalina Country Club, Batemans Bay, featuring a host of Australian and international players. The 1999 Aristocrat New South Wales PGA Championships, Saturday on Win Television.
Starting at 4-0, and Ferner sending it deep down from Lockyer to point Webke back up the ground. Long ball away on the right for Langer to use Carroll. A beautiful step off his right foot. Playing it locked forward. He was listed as second row. He's really running strongly out wide.
And that's Brisbane at their best. Attacking early in the tackle count. They have the confidence to go wide even in their own danger territory. And they picked up an easy 30 or 40 metres. Here's Kevin Walters finding Lockyer on the fringe of the ruck. Beats one, can't beat McClendon.
They're brilliant, aren't they, Brisbane? So early in the match. And they're really putting it together like they've been doing this for 22 weeks. Here's Walters inside the 20, and again Canberra getting their line together as quickly as they can. What's coming now? Langer, no grubber, goes to the air. They're down towards the end goal. And some good news for Canberra, but then the defence has forced them back. It's Nagus, and Tim Mander rules to play it back in the field of play. Bainacolo tries to find some respite for Canberra, gets it 10 away from his line. Little hand up there for Corvo. back with the Raiders these days, went to Adelaide, and now revisiting familiar turf. Kennedy on the 20-metre line. Wolford, McClendon, Brand. Certainly hasn't been a game for Mark McClendon thus far. Very early days, of course. Brisbane 4, Canberra 0. But they've been getting plenty of tackling practice. It's been the story of the game for Canberra so far. Brisbane white hot at the moment.
Well, they're very flat in attack so far, Canberra, as you compare to how Brisbane are hitting the ball up with a lot of gusto and a lot of verve, and they're really on song early, the Brisbane side.
Gee, they're good words. Gusto and verve early in the season, Paul.
I'd say he's been reading Roger's Thesaurus. Just on their own side of halfway, Brisbane, a run out from dummy half by Lee. A lot of pressure on that spot this year up in Bronco territory. At least 4 of them capable of handling the job. Now it's with Lockyer. Little flick inside. Walters was there as though Lockyer knew he would be. And then away to the left, a fairly long pass. And Brad Thorne finds himself with the job of kicking. It goes very high. The runners had plenty of time. The bounce is favourable. Hancock put down just inside the 20-metre line.
Good
and
tackle.
The turnover.
Sorry, Ray. Good tackle from Vainikolo as the Raiders get a much-needed penalty. Saying it, they threw the football away and just to let it go. And that's a fair battle on that far wing, isn't it? Both Hancock and Vainikolo, very robust players. And he did well, the young wingman for Canberra.
Anthony Brand. Just outside his 40-metre line. New season up and running. There's a match running almost concurrently with this. Melbourne and Penrith at Olympic Stadium in Melbourne. I'll get you the full time on that match. As far as we are concerned, at 9 around Australia, this is our first game of the year. And raking the ball out is the ruling from Manda. He gives another penalty to Canberra. And this again will relieve some pressure. And haven't they been under some?
Well, thus far, the Broncos have only been forced to make 15 tackles. A couple of sets of 6 in a row here will help Canberra's cause. Brand offloads to Corvo. But he's driven back a good 10 or 15 metres. Thorne and Redkey involved in the tackle.
Wolford using the blind. Ferner is with it. Got it away. A short pass onto his right. And it looks like Jason Croker under there.
Yeah, it's been lost. Tallis diving on the loose ball. Calls play on.
Thorne. I've got to say the new strip for the Broncos is most appealing. Halfway line as Langer goes right. Lockyer was there. Carroll. Well, as I said, he's playing lock. He was listed as centre originally. Then Peter Ryan pulled out. But he might as well be another centre, and I guess that's what the lock forward is these days. He's loving it out wide. Big Mal, 7th last year, hoping to improve this year. Saylor, a little pass for De Vere, and he's down 28 metres away on 5. Walters sweeping it away for his skipper. Back comes Langer, puts the kick high. He'll take the chase down the field and put them all on side. The jump. Saylor's come down with it. Manda, I think, has found a knock on. He's played the advantage. Canberra spin it quickly, and the Volcano is tackled. 10 away from his own line. Daly. Croker. That was the jump, and it looks as though it definitely came off Saylor. Kennedy had little luck since he made a tremendous debut for Canberra a few years ago. Injury has plagued him, and they'll be hoping that they can keep some of their stars on the paddock this year, Canberra, for a longer period of time. Lockyer on the carry back, comes over his own 20-metre line. Heavy tackle, Ferner over the top. He was their #1 player last year, Ferner. He played 23, 24 games as Webke takes a break. He was the leading hit-up player, leading tackler, leading point scorer, Ferner, so he needs a hell of a lot more.
It was always going to be a difficult night for Rod Jensen, inexperienced in the top grade, up against just one of the superstars of the code in Wendell Saylor. He put plenty of pressure on. Michael De Vere again is the right man in the right spot. So Lockyer with a kick to convert
De Veer's second try from almost the same mound, and he's messed it up completely. So we will go to a break, but Brisbane have scored 2 tries to Canberra's 1. It's 8 points to 4.
Sunday night at the movies.
Good to see you again, little muscle.
He was trained to be prepared at all times.
Watch out for your tape.
Now,
What do you want? The Golden Dragon. Golden what?
his destiny to challenge the greatest fighters in the world.
Welcome to Dante.
In this lost city, he will face a test of honor.
This was your quest, your dream. Soon it'll be a reality.
Jean-Claude Van Damme and Roger Moore in a television premiere.
You win some, you lose some.
The Quest, Sunday on Win.
The eyes have it at Vision City. All this, and also quite inexpensive. Eye-catching eyewear from Vision City.
My government has made the tough decisions on law enforcement. Against Liberal Party opposition in Parliament, we voted to set up the Police Royal Commission, and we appointed Peter Ryan to lead the service. We introduced the toughest anti-knife laws in Australia, recruited more police to make our streets safer, achieving more than you realise.
Authorised by C. Robertson ALP Juri.
So, you think all pizzas are the same, more or less. We agree. Pizza Hut gives you more and Domino's gives you less. At Pizza Hut, we put more toppings on every pan pizza we make. Start with today's fresh dough, add 25% more cheese than Domino's, more toppings on every pan pizza, guaranteed, or your money back. That's the Pizza Hut promise. More pizza for your dough.
131166. Pizza Hut.
We go to the cupboard, we take out club colours, and the air sings. The season's close. The pads are going on goalposts, new lines are being marked. Coaches hold heart-to-hearts with old stars and new kids who might one day wear the best of all colours, the green, the gold. Our boys are running up sand hills, their legs pump. This season, this is our season. This year, we all start equal. Kids paint signs, and I'm 7 again. I know I'll see heroes soon. I feel the excitement. I have hope in March, and I might share in the glory of September. Blow that whistle, ref. Send that ball soaring. Blow that whistle, ref.
Solomoda presents European Labels Direct 10-day super sale on now. Up to 75% off the absolute best Italian and European designer labels. Business suits from $299. Buy European Labels Direct only at CIT Woden Campus. Hurry, sale ends Sunday.
The big Akai promotion. Akai 51cm TV, $4.99, save $150. Akai 2-head long play VCR, $2.59, save $40. Akai 34cm TV, just $2.89. Now on at Allen's Retrovision.
7:30 Monday. Which one of these friends
Oh my God!
will discover the truth about Monica and Chandler? Friends, Monday 7:30 before Jesse on Win Television.
Welcome back. First night of the NRL for 1999 on a monster weekend. Oh, Webke with a strong run. Croker tried to take him with a shoulder, but it was ineffective. One of the best front rowers in the game, Webke. Carroll pushes him away for De Veer to give for Saylor. And Saylor creates problems there for Brandon Pearson. They're just big and fast, and some of the Canberra defenders are having trouble with them.
Yeah, not too many problems advancing the football for Brisbane. And I guess, without harping on it, 2 mistakes off the Laurie Daly boot really led to tries, because soon after those mistakes, we've seen the Brisbane team run in 4-pointers.
Langer's kick now. And it's Nagers bringing it away. Those outside backs for Brisbane were certainly in front of the kicker, but I think you'll find Nagers who's travelled the 10. Now, Vanicola. 8-4 the score. 2 tries, Michael De Veer for Brisbane, and the try came for Simon Wolford for Canberra. Kennedy meeting the defence just like the Brisbane forwards have been meeting them. Lost ball from Ricky. Manda penalises, and it gives Canberra a chance here.
But he was in there.
The referees ruled that there was 2 in the tackle and that the ball was raked out. Not sure about that one, but it's gone Canberra's way, and they need something like that. Daly finds touch 29 metres out. And a good opportunity as Jensen takes the ball 10 in.
Jensen, one of the 5 players from Adelaide to join the Raiders. Wesley playing it now. They're just outside the 20. McClendon across. And the 16 for Canberra is Payton. Now Daly. First time we've seen him with the ball in his hands in that danger zone for Brisbane. Magus. He only played 11 games last year. Across from Payton, and then McClendon. Now Furner. Furner's looking for support on the outside. Takes it to... And it is 14-12 in favour of Brisbane now. The defending premiers after half an hour as we break.
The best brands at the very best prices, like 4 litres of Taubman's Living Proof Silk. Sensational value at an unbelievable $43.40 from Australia's #1 home improvement centre. It's all here at Hardware House.
The Jean promotion. Jordache, all $29. Tops under $30. Levi's Classics, all $59. Tops under $30. The Jean promotion. Allen's.
At ACT Bicycle Superstore, you won't find Eskies, dog food or Persian carpets. Just quality bicycles and accessories, like specialised and rally mountain bikes to get you over the toughest hills, or Giant and Avanti mountain and triathlon bikes to put you way ahead of the pack. ACT Bicycle Superstore had the best brands in the world and an attention to detail that fixes problems before they happen. When you want a bicycle, don't buy cheap, buy smart at ACT Bicycle Superstore.
So, you think all pizzas are the same, more or less. We agree. Pizza Hut gives you more and Domino's gives you less. At Pizza Hut, we put more toppings on every pan pizza we make. Start with today's fresh dough, add 25% more cheese than Domino's, more toppings on every pan pizza, guaranteed, or your money back. That's the Pizza Hut promise. More pizza for your dough.
131166. Pizza Hut.
The eyes have it at Vision City. All this, and also quite inexpensive. Eye-catching eyewear from Vision City.
If you're an employer, make sure you have a super fund like CBUS. There are no administrative hassles and no charges to your business. CBUS also protects the retirement dreams of your employees.
A lot of 10-pin bowling, mate, and lazing around in the backyard.
Campaign around Australia.
Just a little wee holiday house.
I plan to go to Queensland.
I think I'd buy a new jet ski, go on a holiday around the world. Actually, that sounds better than a jet ski. I think I'd go on a holiday too.
CBUS earns strong returns, and being an industry super fund, there are no sales commissions. All the profits belong to members. Call CBUS on 1-800-621-123 and see how simple super can be for your business. It's the super of the future.
Has Jared found true love?
The thing you want most in life can be right around the next corner.
Or has he become a pawn in a deadly game?
I had nothing to do with the death of your husband.
That could be his undoing. An all-new Pretender, Saturday on Win. 8 o'clock Monday.
They're treasure map handies. You follow this little trail, it leads you right to the... Okay, my son's here.
It's a wicked weekend away.
35 couples have conceived in this room. You did bring the...
Oh, yes. Jesse following friends, Monday at 8 on Win.
Back at Bruce Stadium, nearing completion. Tonight's capacity, 22,500. As I said to you briefly earlier, it will extend to 40,000 on completion at the end of this month. They've spent 32 million on it down here, and it is really a showpiece, and the changes are quite fabulous. Pass looked forward to Tallis from Plath. Brisbane by 2 then, with half-time about 8.5 minutes away. Campion, who played a prominent role in the try scored by Langer, playing it now back for Plath to give it on the blind for Walters, and Walters puts a kick down the centre of the ground almost. And this is Rod Maybon, and he's brought down 28 out from his own line. You could call him a journeyman, Rod Maybon.
And that's exactly what he's been. Of course, he had a couple of great years at South Sydney. Saw him at Parramatta not long ago, went to Adelaide, fell apart. Now he's found his way to Canberra, and he'll be a good buy. A very experienced player, loves to get involved there. You can see him at dummy half, finding Brand, and backing up on the outside.
So they put the ball through the hands rapidly. Jensen, the left winger, is 5 metres into Brisbane's area. Maybon, a dummy half, through McClendon, and with Ferner, back forward for Maybon. Then Pearson. Now Jensen down the left, turns it back on the inside, and it's been dropped there by Kennedy. I think that's the second time he's put it down in as many minutes, really.
Treachery there for the Canberra side. Some nice interchange of passing down this short side. And Jensen, he might have had a hard night, but that's a good little ball. He's playing quite well now, and Kennedy once again knocked out of his hands. And not a happy man.
So the scrum, 20 metres away from the Brisbane line. Let's go down to the sideline.
Ray, just keep an eye on Mark McClendon coming up to half-time. He's favouring his right leg right at the moment. He got a knock just in the lead-up to the Alfie Langer try. Just had a word with the Canberra trainer. He is going to stay out there, but he's definitely inconvenienced at the moment.
That's why we've seen him pushed out wider. Nagus has gone back to fullback. Maybon playing close to the ruck. He looks like he's playing at half. There's a penalty for Brisbane here. And we've got McClendon out in the outside centre position at the moment.
The penalty for Brisbane, and the tap 30 metres away from the opposition line. Sivanasiva 20 metres in from touch, and now Webke is led by example to his other forwards. Brad Thorne coming back into the game. He hasn't had a lot of match time. Here's Lockyer storming onto a pass and then getting it away on his way to the ground. Back for Tallis. Tallis is 5 away from Canberra's line. John Plath looks left, goes right. Langer's there to support. Now big Brad Thorne brings it to within about 7 metres of the line. Langer sweeping it back on the other direction. Walters, a lovely pass to Lockyer. Then it's with Campion, and Campion got a call from Ferner, and Ferner takes off down the other way. 22 metres out from his own line. He'll come up with a couple of lucky balls. Brand, well done. Pearson, swerving, weaving, and they're still going before being put away on the halfway. 5 minutes from half-time. Nagus beating Tallis, beats another, loses the ball. Manda calls it back for the scrum.
And a problem out there at the moment for Johnny Plath. He was hurt in that tackle. And unfortunately, when Canberra hit some good momentum, second phase, mistake.
Mate, we're going okay. It's going well. Nah, no way. Just consistent.
This is what Laurie Daly is blowing up about, the holding down in the tackle. Plath, he came out of this tackle injured, but I thought it was a penalty. Actually, Gordon Tallis actually pushes the player right there. And I think the Raiders had good cause for a penalty.
To the right of the ground, this is Walker. Andrew.
Getting very busy down here, Ray. Medic's really working overtime now. Kevin Walters in a lot of distress for the Broncos. He's come to the sideline. He's got a right hip problem. But on the Canberra bench, they're working on Mark McClendon.
Okay, well, here's Brisbane on a surge, and it's Hancock in from the left wing. He'll play it 31 metres away from the Canberra line. For John Plath and now Gordon Tallis. And Tallis with one of those trademark runs of his. Playing at 20 metres out from the line. Plath over for Langer. Towards the left of the ground. Lockyer catch and pass. Campion. Campion's within about 7 metres of the line. And Langer's there for dummy half work, realising a quick play the ball is what he wants. Then he puts the kick from dummy half. Up goes Big Sailor. Down they come with it. The Raiders saving.
Good on you, Rod Jensen. Out there on the wing, he's let a couple go past him, but he got that one. A hard task marking Wendell Sailor, probably the best winger in the game. And Jensen's got him covered on that occasion.
No doubt at all.
Certainly had plenty of work. Jensen.
No doubt.
Langer has been just raining bombs on him all night.
I'm just wondering, let's see here, because it's a dropout now. He must have, he's lost it, has he?
He must have lost it on the way down.
No, he's got him for being in the field of play and jumping back into the end goal.
Okay.
That's the dropout.
Brisbane. 30 metres out from the line. Half-time 2 3/4 away. Canberra trailing by 2. A lead that has fluctuated. As they go across through Walker, a running Tallis out wide. If he had looked on his inside, he had Campion storming down there unmarked. That's Campion now. Langer cutting it back, double pumping it, and then Redkey pulled down by Corvo and Ricky, who's had what appears a fairly quiet first half. Now Langer inside, beautiful. Carroll, so close to the line. Plath.
And that's what the referee is concerned about. He's called possible obstruction. It's just whether the Canberra defender was impeded in getting to Gordon Tallis.
They did claim it, Pete, and then all of a sudden they all stopped, all the Canberra players. He must play the whistle.
You'll see Gordon Tallis takes the football there now. And I tend to think...
I think he had every chance to get him.
Well, it's going to be an interesting one, because certainly Jason Croker, in not being able to get to the man, it seemed to throw his teammates out. They were sort of appealing already. They should have just knuckled down and made sure they came up with the tackle. So Laurie Daly, he's screaming for his players to come through on the inside to take Tallis.
Well, that's the way it's gone. They've ruled obstruction. And the penalty goes to the Raiders. His first try of the year. Gone. Taken from him. And I still think Croker had a chance. He had a fair catch on him, but...
Yeah, but would he have had a better chance if the Brisbane player wasn't there?
I've got no argument with that, but he certainly, I think, had his chance originally.
He's had a good game, Tim Mend, in the first half of this match. He's gone very well indeed.
Corvo, and there's Mark McClendon with a corked right thigh. Trainers and medics kept very busy down there tonight on both sides of the equation. As Canberra's number 15, Wesley, does well, plays it now 33 metres away from the Brisbane line. Daly got a pass straight onto the chest of Kennedy, and Ben Kennedy will play it 20 metres out. This is the last tackle. Wolford, and then catch and pass, but the ball goes to ground. Went backwards. Nagus going back down the ground as Canberra now turn it around. There's a problem out there for Carroll. He's injured, and they put the kick down the ground, which is going to go, or isn't. No, it's absolutely sat down with a matter of 30 seconds to the break, and Lockyer has incredibly got it back into the field of play.
Well, Daly actually had a shot at field goal there. Lockyer desperate for to go over the in goal, and no chasers from the Canberra side. Got there too late.
Sailor there. Just inside their own 20-metre line, it is John Plath with a good run. As Canberra's markers suddenly become non-existent. The sound of the whistle gives a penalty to Brisbane. And time for me to tell you that Melbourne have defeated Penrith 32-10. That's our halftime score, 14-12. in favour of Brisbane, but the tap free has just been taken as Langer weights it down over the head of Jensen, and Jensen takes it over the dead ball line. So that is the break. Now let's check this score. Brisbane 14, Canberra 12 here at Bruce Stadium, and repeating, Melbourne a big win 32-10 over Penrith. We will go to a break and be back with the second half from the National Capital in just a minute.
One stinger's in a coma, another.
We pull out all stops until we find
is on the inside with no way out. Counterfeit Chaos on Stingers, Monday.
Good evening. Government Ministers Peter Costello and Tony Abbott and their wives have welcomed their $277,000 defamation win against author Bob Ellis. Another reputation on the line, Christopher Skase, a Spanish doctor, has denied photos of this apparent operation are fake. The annual Australian flu epidemic has already claimed 3 lives, with vaccines being recommended, and Sydney's Olympic Stadium gets the all clear ahead of tomorrow's big doubleheader. Fine and 26 tomorrow, details 10:45.
The Cook is back. Under Siege 2, Wednesday.
Hey, the big merino.
Yep, that's me at the big pineapple, the big banana.
And that?
Just what we need right now. A big brekkie.
McDonald's. It's the only place for breakfast.
Who are you with here?
That, my friend, was the big mistake.
This game is for the pride of the whole country. Let's play.
Come on, everybody! Let's play! Let's play it! And don't just say it, you gotta be into winter. Let's play together on the edge of your seat. Oh, TAB, it's time to say, let's play! Come on, everybody!
Yeah, out here we've got 6,000 sheep and 148,000 hectares, and I'm mostly here on my own. A few years ago I started working with a phone company, and now with a satellite telephone I can dial up to the satellite back to a bore and actually turn pumps off and on and control the water. Marvellous stuff. Now the same obvious experimenting with putting little cameras out there. Makes my life a lot easier. I can monitor the boreholes from here now. It links up the satellite, back to the tower, and turns the cameras on. Look at this, you fellas. Pump on. Sheep drink. When you look at it, this is really just the beginning. Just the beginning.
No, he's not changing TV channels. He's driving probably the most advanced four-wheel drive system this country has ever seen. It's so advanced, it lets you choose the perfect driving mode for any situation with the flick of a switch. The new Nissan Pathfinder will change the way all Australians feel about driving a four-wheel drive. So, if you own a different one, you'll probably feel like switching. New Pathfinder. The four-wheel drive has changed forever.
I bought this TV, I bought this washer, I bought this fridge.
In fact, he's bought you the best deals ever for the Chandler's biggest white-hot summer sale, with prices close to boiling point. A Panasonic 49cm TV with remote is a red-hot $339. And a Sharp 475-litre two-door frost-free fridge with a bonus microwave valued at $195 is a sizzling $1,299. But with prices this hot, they won't last. Chandler's white-hot summer sale on now. Chandler's, we'll look after you.
14-12 Brisbane over Canberra as we welcome you back. We're at Bruce Stadium tonight. With losses on the sidelines, Paul Gordon, Peter Sterling in the box with us. Steve Roach, they took him out for a night from hospital and put him back in again. So Stephen, if you're watching, we hope you're feeling a bit better tonight. Brisbane 3 tries to 2. They had 1 disallowed. Lang has been very, very clever again. And there are some of the stats from the game.
And all of them going against the home side. Had less football. Line breaks fairly high for the quality of these two defences. 5 against 4. A few more handling errors for the Canberra Raiders. If anything's going to hurt you in this game, it's going to be missed tackles. And again, a few more to the Canberra Raiders.
Ben Kennedy having a wonderful match for the Raiders. 17 tackles, 6 hit-ups. Ruben Wiki, didn't see much of him in attack, but a high tackle rate there. Special mention to Ken Nagus in the fullback spot. Has saved at least 4 or 5 tries with Blart's its defence. And for the Brisbane team, well, only 81 tackles all up. Brad Thorne making a good fist of it. And Gordon Tallis, I think, has been their best forward.
Just repeating that Melbourne defeated Penrith easily earlier tonight at Olympic Park in Melbourne. At the start of the second half, and only 2 points to margin. When Gordon Tallis crossed, I thought for a moment that that might have been the start of Brisbane opening a very big gap on Canberra, but Canberra can still see them. They're only 2 behind. Furnham. Wolford. Nagus now. Great concern earlier for this man, McClendon. He's had the thigh muscle heavily strapped, and it looks even there that he's in a lot of trouble. He's an important part of the Canberra aspirations tonight. Lockyer stepping away from Kroger, beating him easily. He beat Vainikolo before Wolford pulled him down with the help of McClendon. They're just outside the 30, Brisbane. And Tallis. 10 short of halfway. Pulled down by Kroger. Dummy half now is Lee again. He and Plath have been mixing it up. As I said, they're very rich in this department, Brisbane. 8 metres into Canberra's area. 14-12 Brisbane. Second half of our opening telecast for 1999 on the 9 network, and we'll be there tomorrow night live from Stadium Australia. I'll tell you about that more in just a moment as Langer puts a kick in that is close to the line. There's some pressure here for Jensen, and a tremendous chase by De Vere. We'll see a line drop out restart for the Canberra team.
There was a line ball chase here from Michael De Vere. Almost got in front of the kicker. He sped through. Jensen picked it up, headed in field, but a copybook tackle from the winger come centre. I'm watching that one. The ref said play on.
He's come up with a mixed bag tonight, Jensen. He was beaten in the jump early to give De Vere his first try, then he failed to clean up another. But then in other areas he's been quite clever. Ford. Strong. Taken by Brand and Kennedy. Lee. Onto the blind. For Langer to switch it, and G to bring it across behind the ruck. Lockyer goes through like a knife. And then Walker. 7 away from the line. Penalty to Brisbane. Too much from Daly. Taking a tap. Lockyer off his right and then pulled down by Wolford. Langer directing troops. Mightn't have to worry about it. Oh, Andrew G has spilt it. And now Nagus will try to get it back, and he does that. Good run by Nagus. That's tremendous work out to the 10.
Well, great work from Kenny Nagus. That decision, well, proven to be the wrong one by the mistakes from Andrew G. And you would think, gift 2 points in front of the post against quality opposition, you'd say, well, they're mad not to take it. But you've said that so often in the past, and they've run tries and they have such a good conversion rate. After taking a quick tap, on that occasion, just didn't go their way.
Wiki. I often wonder, is there any disagreement between coach and captain with that part of Langer's play? Obviously, Wayne Bennett's happy to leave it totally up to him, but I just wonder if he sits in the grandstand sometimes and squirms a little bit.
I don't think that'll be the case at all, Ray. I'm sure that he's got enough confidence to go with the call of the players out there, especially Langer. We see a problem here for Michael Hancock. And really, as I said, their conversion rate when they do make that decision, it's quite remarkable. You're probably looking at, out of 10 times, they score 7 times.
Problems for Mike Hancock. Let's go to the sidelines. Andrew is back from the dressing rooms.
And Ray, a special guest just after half-time, injured Canberra star Brett Mullins. Firstly, from the rooms, I mean, there has to be some feeling of confidence. It was hardly the Raiders' best 40 minutes of football, yet you're just trailing the Premiers by a couple.
That's true. A lot of things went against us in the first half. A few drop balls. We made a couple of mistakes with their kicks and they scored off themselves. The boys are confident. All we have to do is hold the ball, meet them in defence, and we should do it right.
What about an update on Brett Mullins? When will you be back?
Definitely the third game against St George. So if I can get one a week earlier, well, I'll be happy. But definitely the third.
All right, Brett, thanks for your time. As we see Michael Hancock come from the field here, Ray, an update too on Kevin Walters. Real concern in the Broncos' ranks. We may not see him again tonight. He has a pinched nerve in his right hip. They're just going to wait and see how things develop in the match. But looking at Kevin behind me, he looks a fairly forlorn sight.
OK, Andrew, thank you for that. And we'll get an update on Michael Hancock in just a moment. Brett Mullins touched on their draw, Canberra. It's not too bad for them after Brisbane. They play South, then St George Illawarra, then West, and then a bye. So the halfway line, and Brisbane to the right, and Walker unloading, and Lockyer chiming in. Carroll's pass back on the inside, finds Saylor, and he stays there for dummy half work, Carroll. Across now, and again Walker delivers, and a perfect pass for Campion. 18 metres into Canberra's half. Again the bomb from Langer, and this time it was Vainicolo's pressure. Langer's been peppering the other winger. Here's Nagus. My goodness, he's been evasive tonight. Tremendous run by Nagus. Ending 5 metres into Brisbane's area. McClendon, basically a passenger. Daly in for Brand for Kennedy. Suspect pass, but Mander was in line with it. 22 from the Brisbane. Canberra leading by 4. The big fella. 18 to 14, his team in front at the 46-minute web break.
On 60 Minutes, Monica Lewinsky, The Interview.
I did not find the president remotely attractive.
Candid.
Sometimes I hate him.
Emotional.
I've never been so afraid in my entire life.
And quite surprising.
I told him that I had a crush on him, and we went into his back office and...
Also, Australia's heroin plague.
Jail's not a deterrent for me. It's an inconvenience.
At last, an answer.
Just liking people up doesn't do it.
Toyota presents 60 Minutes, Sunday, 7:30.
Wrapping up another hot one here at the 1999 Willandra Snail Race. An outstanding victory from Fern Muncher in a track record 4 hours 47 minutes. I was also impressed with the Tooheys' new Polar Pack. It looks like a carton of beer but has an inner insulating layer to keep the beer cold for hours, which means now we can unwind with some icy cold stubbies. OK, let's now cross back to the winner's circle. Where it seems Fern Muncher has become a late scratching.
The big pineapple. The big banana.
Yeah, and you can't beat the big brekkie.
McDonald's. It's the only place for breakfast.
Who are you with here?
That, my friend, was the big mistake.
The bridge has collapsed. Beer truck can't get through.
You're joking! Where you going, mate?
Hang on, lads. Won't be long.
New Ford Courier Turbo Diesel. The most powerful turbo diesel in its class. Ford Trucks. Oak. A soft drink it ain't.
Bridgestone invited Mr. and Mrs. Brock to help test their new tyres with Donuts technology. To make things fair, they decided that only Mrs. Brock's car would be fitted with new donuts, and Mr. Brock would have to rely on his skill. As you can see, when it comes to stopping, skill has nothing to do with it. Donuts, unique to Bridgestone.
There's no stopping you, my love.
Sunday night at the movies.
Good to see you again, my boy. A little muscle.
He was trained to be prepared at all times.
Watch out for your tail.
Now,
What do you want? The Golden Dragon. Golden what?
his destiny to challenge the greatest fighters in the world.
Welcome to Bangkok.
In this lost city, he will face a test of honor.
This was your quest, your dream. Soon it'll be a reality.
Jean-Claude Van Damme and Roger Moore in a television premiere.
You win some, you lose some.
The Quest, Sunday on Win.
Wayne Bennett perched up in the magnificent grandstands here at Bruce Stadium, where we're coming to you tonight, and we welcome you back. Canberra putting up a great fight, leading by 4 now. Brand, McClendon, and then Corvo, now Jason Croker. Try scorer, put through a gap by Daly magnificently. Ferner, Iron Man. Churchill medalist. Crowd booing, calling for a penalty. Corvo sliding it through the hands, deftly across for Brad.
He's had a good game too, Brand, hasn't he? Looks like he's worked on his offloading skills in the off-season as Laurie Daly gets a much better kick down. It's quite nicely for Wendell Saylor, and the chase is excellent, led by Kennedy.
Michael Hancock injured a couple of minutes ago. Andrew's been over to check it.
Yeah, well, if the Croker try wasn't bad enough for the Broncos, Hancock will not be back. It is a dislocated shoulder for Michael Hancock.
Well, this is how it happened. The tackler was Kennedy, and it's gone already. Michael knew he was in awful trouble before he hit the ground. Now Brisbane, they've lost Carroll, and now Walker's been sent off. And as I said, I haven't heard a touch judge labour his point as much as that man, and what he saw and what he said was an accurate assessment of what in fact happened. Here's what happened to Carroll. He's back on his feet. That's the good news, so it's not broken.
Well, my understanding is basically the touch judge was saying to the referee, it's a send-off offence.
Oh, absolutely, Peter. But he didn't say it once, he said it 3 or 4 times, and I knew then Walker was in terrible trouble. Otherwise, the touch judge may as well have thrown his flag away. Here's Kennedy. He looks to be back in good form. 35 metres away from the Brisbane line. Through and away from Wesley. Daly putting a stamp on the game. Ferner on the 30. Croker. Daly again. He's in everything. Oh, gee, Wesley. That's almost unforgivable. Carroll to the Medicab.
Unfortunately here for Canberra, but if my mathematics are right, then you've got one off. You've got Tony Carroll, who's busted. Kevin Walters is in strife, and Michael Hancock won't return. That leaves him with what, one reserve?
Outside legs. Tickets available through ticket pick out today.
Doesn't leave him anything.
And not only that, of course, Paul, the workload has to be shared amongst 12 now with a very fragile bench. Renoff. It's been a very quiet night for Renoff. This is Lee. Scoreboard 18-14 Canberra. I tell you what, if Canberra win, they're going to blow plenty out on the first night of betting on Footy Tab or whatever. 40-metre line for Brisbane. Achieved by Webke. Langer pilots it towards the sideline. Oh, gee, Mabon. He slipping and sliding. The Sailor charging down on him. Now Nagus. I don't think anybody's been able to get him at first grab. He's been very elusive, Ken Nagus. This man has been great for Canberra. He's led the forwards, Kennedy.
He's been terrific there, Kennedy. He's got that nice right foot step, and he sort of gets halfway through the line every time he runs to it.
Todd Payton, youngster on the way through. Rod Maben. it's been an entertaining game. They just hope that they can do the same tomorrow night. Daly floating at Croker, hit by De Vere. Ball back to Wainakolo. Gets those big legs pumping. De Vere comes at him, stands it offload. Croker's there. Croker goes down inside the 30. Croker's heading for the 20. Oh, Croker's inside the 10. The ball to ground. Oh, magnificent passage of play.
He just kept going, Croker. I thought they might have got 6 again. I thought it may have been touched when he was trying to get the ball onto the wing of Vainakolo as Renoff is hit strongly by Daly. I thought, well, that's later in the movement. Looking for support, boot Lockyer, pushed through the tackle of Johnny Plath. Pass just didn't find its mark.
Thank you very much for coming out to Bruce Stadium. We'll see you the next part of the game, which is Saturday night, the 20th of March.
Shivanasiva. Tomorrow night we'll be on air live from Stadium Australia for the Parramatta St George Illawarra Dragons match. And remind me to keep calling it St George Illawarra for as long as we take breath, because they are to be recognised, the Steelers. Tomorrow live, 8 o'clock. You'll see it on 9. Free to wear around Australia. Chance for Brisbane! Picked up by Vainakolo. An historic night for Sydney. 110,000 people will be there as Maybon is put away at the 20-metre line.
Very close call there for Canberra. Rod Maybon opting to let the ball bounce. He had a catch on the full. It was a close thing. It was a great chase. And I think that Rod could have got underneath that one.
Kennedy. Daly. Sailor. Get around Pearson easily. Brandon came from behind, had a second go, missed him again. Now Kennedy gets him. 37 metres away from the Canberra line. Langer for Thorne. Away for Lockyer. Thorne again. Inside the 30, flicked out the back for Sailor and pulled down by Pearson. It's the third grab he's had at him in 60 seconds. He got him on number 3. Langer stepping, almost getting through. A desperate save from Corvo. Platt and G. Campion. Ball to ground. Canberra win the race for it. Play on. Jason Croker outside the 40 and then slammed down by Michael De Vere. Wolford. Daly calling players inside.
Oh, he's got him for a forward pass. I've seen some worse than that let go.
And the crowd right in front of that, not happy. They're really on a roll now, Canberra. Brisbane's starting to make the mistakes. Here's the pass.
That's fine.
Fine and handy.
It's been plenty worse than that tonight. Referee's boss Michael Stone sitting in front of us. He didn't look a happy man himself, actually. And I think he's gone to the notebook. That touch judge that officiated at the send-off of Ben Walker got 5 stars for it, I think, from the boss, but he just got about 3 taken off him. Now, Renoff gets it back to Sailor. Great pass, great support. Sailor pulled down. Tremendous tackle over there by Kennedy. Nager's got involved as well. 20 points to 18 as we go to a break. We're back in just a moment.
Hey, it's racing.
We've got a big show.
Saturday, Warren Beatty on his new movie. Natalie Imbruglia, Vanessa May, Bare Naked Ladies. Plus Mick Doohan at the Grand Prix circuit. Hey, it's Saturday on Win Television.
No, he's not changing TV channels. He's driving probably the most advanced four-wheel drive system this country has ever seen. It's so advanced, it lets you choose the perfect driving mode for any situation with the flick of a switch. The new Nissan Pathfinder will change the way all Australians feel about driving a four-wheel drive. So, if you own a different one, you'll probably feel like switching. New Pathfinder. The four-wheel drive has changed forever.
My government has made the tough decisions on law enforcement against Liberal Party opposition in Parliament. We voted to set up the Police Royal Commission, and we appointed Peter Ryan to lead the service. We introduced the toughest anti-night laws in Australia, recruited more police to make our streets safer, achieving more than you realise.
Authorised by C. Robertson, ALP Jury.
You couldn't watch this for 2 hours at home without your mind wandering off. So why try it on the road? Every 2 hours, stop, revive, survive.
Although Duff Creek has always been home to the onion, locals are only too aware that it's also the home of onion breath. Until now, thanks to longer-lasting PK, there's a change in the air. The clean, fresh taste of PK lasts even longer, so your breath stays fresh even longer. PK for even longer-lasting fresh breath.
Repco part number BB73. The biggest brands. Like Repco 6-litre motor oil for just $11. Motorguard concertina windscreen shades, $4. And Motorguard fleecy sheepskin seat covers for $49.86. So you see, there's more parts to Repco than you think.
7:30 Wednesday, do-it-yourself creature comforts. Window to walkway. Pete knocks out a solution.
Well, it's fabulous.
And opening the door on the Wardrobe Village.
What do you reckon you pay for a 2-bedroom terrace in this street?
Our House, Wednesday, 7:30 on Win.
2 points the margin. Welcome back. Nine Network exclusively Friday night, the opening of the NRL season. The opening for us as well. And a big weekend to the Stadium Australia tomorrow night, live at 8 o'clock. And then Sunday we go to Southern Canterbury at the SFS. Brisbane playing the 12. Ben Walker sent off. Tallis into touch. Chance for Canberra in front of a crowd of 20,122.
He's been very strong tonight, Gordon Tallis. He and Brad Thorne, Shane Webke have all played well for the Broncos. On that occasion, just ran on that angle. It was easy for the Canberra defence to push him into touch.
Daly using Nagus. Why wouldn't you use Nagus? Oh, Ruben Wiki. Pressured by Renoff. Great chance. Bombed on the first tackle. Geez, that was a catch ball, wasn't it?
He should have choked on that one.
Well, he's tried to get in a position to flick it to his winger, didn't he? Like, there was nothing on, and it was the first tackle.
So Brisbane with Tallis out of his scrum. And down he goes under the tackle of Kennedy, together with Pearson. Salah. I tell you what, it's not often we see a man of the match come from a losing side, but there's a leading contender for that tonight.
Yeah, number 13, he's had a wow of a game, hasn't
Has he what? I'm not trying to tell you how to suck eggs, but my goodness, he's had a game. Webke. 28 out from the Canberra line. Philip Lee looking and finding Langer now, working the blind. He's got Campion inside him. He fell off him, or he might have got pulled off him. Now Nagus. Proving again hard to stop. State of origin player Ken Nagus. Wiki gritting his teeth and trampling across the top of them. 30-metre line, the crowd roars for a penalty. Maybine. Corvo. Wrestled down by Luke. These two sides have won more premierships than anybody else in the 90s, and they're turning on a great display tonight. Twice for Canberra, 4 times for Brisbane. As Daly goes to the air. The jump is on, and oh, look at him. Tremendous take by the number 1. In fact, it was De Vere. My apologies. Here's the number 1, Lockyer. Now let's check, as Brisbane bring it away from their own line, the condition of Tony Carroll. Andrew Voss.
Well, it's good and bad news, if you like, on Tony Carroll. The good news is he's come back to the bench, but you can see the doctor at his left is still very concerned. It's a bad sprain at best. He will be having x-rays after the game. It's unlikely he'll be back tonight, but he'll also be having precautionary x-rays after the game to see if the damage is any worse.
Langer's kick. Floating up there before a favourable bounce for Nagas. And Nagas tries to position Vainacolo, but De Vere, whose defence tonight has been a feature of his game. Kennedy snapped down by Langer. Vainacolo trampling his way down the ground. Ruben Wiki. Well, Jensen it is. Now Maven. Corvo.
Hands off, hands off, hands off.
Still no penalty, and the crowd begging now. They're on their hands and knees begging of Tim Mander. Walton away for the captain. Across for Croker, one of the try scorers. Vainacolo. De Vere marks him up and again does a fine job on the left of the ground. Wiki. This is the last. Daly. Beats Thorne. Puts on a sprint. Vainacolo inside for Croker. Still on the last tackle. Inside for Wiki. Puts it into the grubbing kick, and Lockyer is there to clean it up. That's the 20-metre line. 2 points the margin. 64th minute gone.
Yeah, nice play there from Canberra. The Brisbane side, for mine, with only 12 men starting to tire a touch. They're struggling now to get out of their own territory. Wendell Saylor's been terrific for them in this half. He's playing more like a second row, although still out on the wing. And every time he gets the ball, he's making good yardage for them.
Langer. Pulled down by Wolford and Kennedy. Kennedy launched himself at that loose ball and then got up off the ground and made the tackle on Langer.
Yeah, 28 tackles, 13 hit-ups. He's just so enthusiastic out there. Is pretty good charge there from Shane Webke. Takes it inside 40. A couple of tackles left up their sleeve. That's Kevin Campion.
Langer to the 30. Lockyer in, grubbing kick off the left foot, graceful. And Jensen is back there, down, bounces up again and away from Plath. Puts a sprint on, takes him outside the 20. Good effort by Jensen. Wiki, dummy half, swept for Vainacolo off the ground. And to the 30, and again the crowd feel they're entitled to a penalty. Brisbane inside the 10. That's what they're saying. Now Daly. And G climbing up a bit high. Corbo, dummies, spins around. Langer's after him and got him.
Oh, he had McClendon unmarked on the outside. If he could have found him.
Brad to the blind for Wiki. McClendon's on his right side. Wiki takes it to ground. 28 metres from the line. Floating for Walton. Then Daly. Furner's with him. Short ball for Furner to try and break them. Down on the 20. 15. Wolford. Daly putting a little kick in behind and hoping to get the ball back. Well, Lockyer. That is just superb. It's done to a dinner. It had to come back to Canberra, you thought.
They're the little things in games that win your matches. Just think of the change in the game. If he got tackled here, A restart from the dropout. Canberra in possession on the attack. A complete turnaround.
Against 12. Lee, Platt. Halfway line.
4-20. Canberra back in front again at the 68th. We go to a break and come back in a moment.
10:05 Saturday.
You're not from Clear Bay.
A beautiful woman steals Jared's heart.
The thing you want most in life could be right around the next corner.
Could this be true love?
So long since someone's really taken care of me.
Or has he become a pawn in a deadly game?
I got a dead man, a suspicious fire, and a whole lot of attitude. I had nothing to do with the death of your husband.
A web of deceit.
I love you.
That could be his undoing. The new series of The Pretender, 10:05 Saturday on Win Television.
So, whose turn is it to do brekkie today?
His. Okay, I'll do it.
Excellent.
McDonald's. It's the only place for breakfast.
Guess I'll do the washing up then.
Every Honda Accord comes with the VTEC engine. While the V6 gives you astonishing power, the VTIL produces an amazing 80% less toxic emissions than the Australian standard requires. A fact which should go down very well with Mother Nature. What an idea.
You couldn't watch this for 2 hours at home without your mind wandering off. So why try it on the road? Every 2 hours, stop, revive, survive.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Red.
Red who?
Red Cross.
Collecting for Red Cross can lead to unexpected happiness. So call now and join in the fun.
Stingers in peril.
We're making money. We're making
A
money.
crime syndicate has stolen a license to print money.
The governor of the Reserve Bank wouldn't know the difference.
They put one stinger in hospital,
This guy should be dragged in on assault charges.
and another has talked her way inside.
We'll pull out all stops until we find her.
Now it's just a matter of getting out.
I'd like to leave now.
Hey, you've only just started, mate.
As Oscar slips into a coma, the new series of Stingers, Monday 8:30 on Win Television.
What a magnificent opening we've had here. I hope you're enjoying it at home as we welcome you back to Bruce Stadium in Canberra. The lead has changed 5 times in this clash. The clash of 2 of the great clubs in the modern era. Bennett, Wayne with 12 men. Just adjusting his seat. Played there by David Wesley. Now David Furner. Angling across. McClendon got a pass away. It's still with Canberra. Play there by Wiki. Maybon for Daly. Down the blind. Kennedy's with him. And tackled 40 metres out. Daly back in position on the right of the ground. With it. Pushing it. McClendon runs it. Not too far. He's been very much a passenger, but he's been very gallant is played by Wiki. It goes to the blind. Maybon for Daly. Maybon stays with him on the inside. Pearson goes out. That's forward to me. Referee agrees that that was just about the ball game.
And again, you've got to blame that man there, Rod Jensen, all the outside backs for getting offside. You've got to be doing that. Laurie Daly gets it on. Brandon Pearson on to Jensen. If he's a metre behind, it's try time and game time.
I think they got out late, to be honest with you. I think it was a deliberate forward pass and it should have been a penalty. Daly is coming off. Daly has played himself into the ground here in the second half.
Well, you've got to remember he came into the match with a hamstring problem. And the guts and courage that got him out there, and he's been terrific.
Sivanasiva.
I think he's just got cramp. They seem to be working down around the foot area. And
well, that pass was forward from dummy half. And the touch judge that called an important forward pass earlier that led to a Brisbane try has said nothing. Jensen. Tallis hit him hard. And G was underneath. Now Kennedy, the robot man. Maybon, Wiki, put himself into the game a bit more in the second half, Ruben. Maybon, Wesley, Nagus, McClendon, Croker. Croker got the arms up, looking back from Nagus, and he's banged into the ground 5 metres from halfway. Wolford. Check on Tony Carroll, Andrew Voss.
It'll be an incredible comeback. He's still jogging along the sideline here. It appears as if he will come back into the action, but he is nowhere near 100%. I dare say not even 50%.
Maybon puts a kick in. And it's with Saylor now. It was, I was going to say, an ordinary choice of tactics. Carroll's back on.
Well, I don't think he had much choice, Rod Maybon. He was in a bad kicking position, but I thought he came up with a pretty good result. It bounced twice, and that enabled the Canberra chasers to get through before Saylor got going. Here's Sivanasiva winding up. Wesley low.
8 minutes to go. Canberra by 4. Leadership has changed 5 times. Let's not forget Brisbane lost Ben Walker, sent off. Now a kick, and again it goes badly wrong for Langer. Fermers with it. Third time in the game. Alfie's kicking game has given Canberra a chance. McClendon using Jensen. 22 away. Played back for McClendon again. And Daly is back on the field. Wiki bends away from Campion. Tries to put Croker down the gap. And he's tackled just inside the 20. Wolford. And still going. He'll make it, will he? No, he's held. Well, he's still got the ball. He fooled just about everybody. But there's a chance still for Canberra. McClendon rolls it in, and it goes over the dead ball line.
A great tackle there on Wolford by Darren Lockyer. A try saver. Wolford nearly got through. Great hands there from David Furner. He's also had a great second half, Furner. And Wolford got through one. Looked like he was going to score a try. And Darren Lockyer was equal to the task.
Well, that tackle by Lockyer was the equivalent of scoring a try, really. They have been absolutely brilliant, the two fullbacks tonight. The two number ones have been absolutely sensational. Line drop out. Canberra leading by 4 with 5 1/4 minutes to go. Wiki goes charging back. He is beaten by Canberra. 28 points to 20. Tremendous game of football. Couldn't have hoped for a better one, really. To start our exclusive coverage of Friday night football across Australia on 9. The network that'll bring you the Australian Formula 1 Grand Prix over the weekend and take you live to Stadium Australia tomorrow night. A very happy captain, and what a courageous effort. The Raiders fans tonight, 20,000 of them. That's as good a crowd as they've had for a long time at this
stadium that is nearing completion. We will take a break and come back shortly with Peter Sterling and Paul Bourton to wrap it. And Andrew Voss will be with our McDonald's $1,000 man of the match. All that happening in just a little while.
In a weekend like no other, the 1999 Qantas Australian Formula One Grand Prix. Catch all the action live on Win Television.
You can't see them, but hidden dangers in daily life like air conditioning, chlorine, and UV from the sun can damage your hair, robbing it of its healthy-looking shine. Pantene Pro V Conditioner gives daily help. The Provitamin B5 penetrates deeply root to tip, whilst the formula replenishes shine. Pantene restores the healthy look you need for the shine you want. Pantene Pro V Conditioners. The hair's so healthy, it shines. Give your hair daily shine.
2 magazines, 1 double espresso, $15. Khaki pants, $85. Work boots, $120. Realizing you're unzipped before anyone else does? Priceless.
Dip, get a job. Get a job. Get a job. Get a job.
At Employment National, we get people for jobs and jobs for people. Employment National, made for the job. Call 133 444 now.
She's shorter off TV. But she can eat anything she wants.
Something light. Chicken, breast only, grilled. Carrot, tomato, lettuce, and herb dressing.
McDonald's grilled chicken burger.
Finished?
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Excuse me, is this seat taken?
Deliciously light from first to last bite.
Saturday, see the big guns of golf as they tee off in the Catalina Country Club, Batemans Bay, featuring a host of Australian and international players. The 1999 Aristocrat New South Wales PGA Championships, Saturday on Win Television.
We always have high expectations when Brisbane and Canberra come together, and once again, they haven't let us down tonight. A 28-20 scoreline here at Bruce. Wolford got a try, Pearson a couple, Croker and Jensen 4-pointers. Ferner kicked 4 from 6. While for the Broncos, De Vere got 2, Langer and Lockyer tries, and the fullback also kicked 2 from 4. A host of fine players in this match, but I think we made it fairly obvious who we thought was the best. He is with Andrew Voss.
Well, our McDonald's $1,000 man of the match is one of the Raiders stars tonight, Ben Kennedy. Ben, when the draw was done a few months ago, you pulled out the Brisbane Broncos first up, and now tonight you've knocked them off. It couldn't have been any better now for Canberra.
Yeah, it's great, mate. We've got a couple of new blokes that we wanted to deal with the first game. We knew the Broncos would be a little bit underdone. They started pre-season after us, and we knew if we could hang in, we'd get them in the end.
Ben, 18-14 you led at the time of the send-off of Ben Walker. Anything set out onto the field? Any change of attitude?
No, not really, mate. You know, we dropped the ball a couple of times in the first half, and we just wanted to hold the ball, and we knew we'd get over.
And on the game of Ben Kennedy, am I right in saying it's a leaner, meaner Ben Kennedy in 1999?
Yeah, mate, I've dropped six kilos. It's probably my best off-season yet. No operations to worry about, and just train, so looking forward to a big year.
All right, Ben, well done tonight. You've got a relatively light week because it's South Sydney on Monday week.
Oh, yeah, you know, every game's tough for us, so we'll be taking the same way we're taking the Broncos.
Good on you, Ben.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, Channel 9 and McDonald's.
On that performance, he looks set for a mammoth season in great touch from game one. Paul, I thought both sides played well tonight. They've got high optimism in 99, and I think that was justified.
Oh, no doubt about it, Pete. They'll both be there when the semi-finals come around. I thought Canberra tonight were out to prove there's life after Ricky Stewart and Bradley Clyde. They've done that in great circumstances. The call against Brisbane was the dicey one. It was a head-high tackle, and he was sent off Ben Walker. That was the end of Brisbane. They got very tired, no reserves. A gutsy effort by them, though. But Canberra, Ben Kennedy, simply outstanding. Laurie Daly, a great captain's knock.
And as we pointed out, one other game played tonight. That was earlier down at Olympic Park, where the Melbourne Storm overran the Panthers in the second half to win 32 points to 10. Also pointed out, tomorrow we're off to Albert Park in Melbourne for the Australian Formula 1 Grand Prix practice and qualifying rounds. That's from 12 noon and will take us into what should be a record-breaking night tomorrow night at Stadium Australia. We'll be coming to you live from 8 o'clock to the clash between the Parramatta Eels and the St George Illawarra Dragons in front of what should be the biggest ever rugby league crowd. Also a big crowd on Sunday down at Albert Park for the Australian Formula 1 Grand Prix live at 10:30 a.m. Sunday morning. And on Sunday afternoon, we'll be back to the Sydney Football Stadium for the South Sydney Rabbitohs up against last year's beaten grand finalist, Canterbury Bankstown, from 4 o'clock. And next Friday night, another beauty coming your way in round 2. Friday night football from Marathon Stadium with the Knights up against the Eels at 8:30 p.m, two of the real forces this season. But a great night here at Bruce Stadium, 48 points scored. It's been a wonderful night with both the weather and the football. If the rest of the season is like this, we are in for a bumper 1999. But for now, on behalf of the Channel 9 crew from the National Capital, we wish you a very good night.
This player here has hit the player with a swinging arm facing me, okay? It's hit him around the head. It's serious, okay? You're off, mate.
Now for Johnny Plath. Plath gets it away. There it is. Lockyer goes into the corner.
This has been a presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.
This program brought to you by Easy Drinking Tui's new and Hardware House, Australia's #1 home improvement centre.
The mystery of a male's vital body part.
It is what it is.
Was it an act of jealousy, moral revenge, or straight murder? Water Rats, 8:30 Tuesday.
Wednesday, the cook is back.
We have an intruder.
Steven Seagal in the box office smash.
I gotta go beep somebody.
It's non-stop explosive action.
You're a hero now. Nah, man, you're the hero.
Under Siege 2, Wednesday, 8:30 on Win.
Big payout for ministers and their wives over sex slur. Doctors sceptical about Skase's surgery photos and action off and on the track at the Melbourne Grand Prix.
From National 9 News, this is Nightline with Hugh Remington.
Good evening. It takes a thick skin to be in politics, but it can be a different matter when it comes to family values. Treasurer Peter Costello and fellow Minister Tony Abbott, along with their wives, have been awarded $277,000 in damages by Canberra's Supreme Court. The couple sued publisher Random House for defamation after claims about their sex lives were publicly aired in a book by author Bob Ellis. Laurie Wilson has our report.
For the main players, Peter Costello and wife Tanya, and Tony Abbott and his wife Margaret, the decision came as an obvious relief.
My wife and I took action to defend our family, and
We are pleased that the court has vindicated us against this libel.
Look, it's been an ordeal. It's over. Thank God it's all over, okay?
The two politicians and their wives sued Random House for defamation over the book Goodbye Jerusalem, in which author Bob Ellis claimed that during their student days, the two men had changed their political allegiance after having sex with one of the women.
This was a shocking libel. No one should underestimate the extent of the anguish that they went through in pursuing the matter.
Justice Terry Higgins awarded a total of more than $250,000 in damages, with the largest amount, $90,000, going to Mrs. Costello. Justice Higgins said readers would have assumed she was the person referred to in the book.
It's a very satisfactory verdict by ACT standards. There'd be very few that were larger.
But the man who sparked the furore was far from impressed.
You get $100,000 for the loss of a leg. You get less than that for the grief you undergo when a child is killed in front of your eyes by a fool in a car. It is absurd.
Publisher Random House is yet to announce whether it will appeal the decision. As for Bob Ellis, he remains unrepentant.
This judgment is further evidence that litigation is now a further roulette wheel for the rich.
Laurie Wilson reporting for Nightline.
Felicity Kennett told a Melbourne court today how her husband, the Victorian Premier, wept while reassuring his family he had not had affairs. Mr Kennett suing the Australian newspaper over an article which alleged he'd had sexual relationships with former Grand Prix boss Judith Griggs and Arts Foundation chief Morty Palmer. The article appeared the day after the couple announced their separation. They are now back together. Earlier, Ms Griggs denied any relationship with the Premier, saying they'd only met at business and rare social functions. The hearing continues next week. Health Minister Michael Wooldridge has joined Australian surgeons in questioning photographs of Christopher Skase, purportedly showing him undergoing a lung operation. But their comments have in turn been attacked by Skase's Spanish doctor, who insists the exiled businessman is too sick to travel.
The photos displayed by Skase's wife and doctor were meant to prove once and for all that the exiled businessman really is dangerously ill and has undergone life-saving surgery to remove blisters on his lungs. But some Australian experts aren't convinced.
It's not the way we do the operation.
Matt Bayfield, a cardiothoracic specialist at Sydney's Royal Prince Alfred Hospital, says the operation